here is what this team is doing, and I approve.
Julio Jones is a Tennessee Titan. They trade a second-round pick next year along with a fourth-round pick in 2023 in exchange for Julio Jones and a sixth-round pick in 2023. Guys, welcome. What's up?
I think there are few moves in sports, and pick your sport, where universally everyone can come together, every critic, every fan, and at least say, here is what this team is doing, and I approve. And this is one of those moves that I think everyone universally will agree upon, because at least it's a team going for it. This is a go-for-it move by the Tennessee Titans. This is a Super Bowl or bust type move and decision by the Titans. I think even if you want to nitpick and say, well, if they didn't draft Isaiah Wilson and they should have addressed tight end and should have addressed defense more, and all that, great. I mean, every team has things they need to address more. Paul, I think that it's a move that shows John Robinson clearly sees the window that we've been talking about of the next 2 or 3 years of a team that could go win a Super Bowl. And because of that, I'm not hearing a lot of criticisms about this move, because love it or hate it, it's designed to go win a Super Bowl.
Well, it's reassuring that the Tennessee Titans, for people in Nashville, saw what everybody in Nashville saw, and that they didn't think that Josh Reynolds was a number 2 receiver, that they didn't think that Nick Westbrook-Akina and Cam Batson were number 3 receivers, that they didn't think that they somehow magically were going to replace what they lost in terms of receptions and touchdowns and play action when Corey Davis went to the Jets and when Jonnu Smith went to the Patriots, with the minor moves that they've made. This reestablishes some sort of natural order. They've got 2 top receivers, a 1 and a 2, or a 1A and a 1B now. Everybody now falls into a natural spot. Josh Reynolds is a 3, which is where Josh Reynolds should be. These other guys are on the periphery, which is where they should be. And Hutt, to take it further, a defense that they've got 6 new guys in their top 12 and is expected to be better, doesn't have to be monumentally better. It's got to get from 29th, as we talk about all the time, to something like in the middle of the pack. If the Titans defense can go from 29th to middle of the pack, that's a monstrous increase, because the offense should be as good or better than it's been.
This trade tells everyone that they are wanting to win and contend in 2021. And you can make the argument, and I may buy into part of this. Prior to this trade, we see 5 to 7 teams per year that flip-flop, that are in the playoffs and out of the playoffs. And you can make the argument, with the 17th game added, the Titans were not a playoff team without addressing the depth at wide receiver and what they had lost on offense, because you're relying, as Paul just pointed out and perfectly said, you're relying on 6 new starters defensively for a defense that was horrid a year ago. That would have to drastically improve to take this team further. One of the hardest things to do in the entire NFL is to maintain your team and improve what you did the year before. The Titans have 5 straight winning seasons. But what they're saying is, it is time to push the chips to the middle of the table and go all in. It is time to pay for a premier wide receiver. He's 32, but still has a lot of tread on the tires. We're going to get to that in a moment. This is a move that says we're close. It's time to go all in and make a true run for it. And Robinson can sit and talk publicly on his press conference about how his job is to acquire the best talent and just let the chips fall where they may. And that's true. That's a good job description. But let's be honest here. Privately, they're saying this team is good enough to go win a Super Bowl. And it's time to put some talent behind that mantra. They are close. They've spent time and effort and money and resources and years of saying, we're building to 3 years from now when Robinson took over. His whole thing was, you have to start inside out. Start with the offensive and defensive line and work your way out. And this is a move that says they've done that, and it's time to go for Lombardi. Thanks for watching. Be sure to subscribe and hit the bell so you're notified every time Outkick 360 goes live. We are live weekdays, 11 a.m. Central, noon Eastern, right here across the Outkick network. And while you're at it, like this video and let us know what you think in the comments below.